then they were dangerous, they locked them up. They went on hunger strike, they went subject to forcible feeding, and they stuck it out and women got the vote. And that's the point I want to make. It's a very simple point, and however difficult it is to see how the problems we face can be solved, if we look back over our history, we will find the inspiration. It was people like the people from Tolpuddle who gave us trade unions. And now you've listened to a brilliant speech from Frances O'Grady, the General Secretary of the TUC, and she somehow, her presence there sums up the great victories of men and women and rights in going to a very important position in our country at the TUC. Now I say this because we have got a huge problem to face. We've got the most right-wing government in my lifetime, apart from Mrs. Thatcher, and it is a part of the Thatcherite period that we now have. We have a government which is making direct attack upon the trade unions, making attacks upon the public services. They want to privatise and sell off the Royal Mail, which is one of our oldest public services, and they think they can make profit for their friends in that way. They're going to privatise part of the National Health Service by bringing in private companies that will run hospitals, making a profit out of it, and that's what they hope we will accept. They're cutting benefits, they're cutting pensions, they're removing rights, and we have to fight against those changes in the same way that our forefathers fought against the examples that I've just given. Now, comrades, just one other point to ask is how do we do it? Because it's not a question of finding the right leader or finding the right sort of slogan. We do it by getting away from the idea of protest. I'm not a believer in protest. If you protest, what you're saying is, I've lost the battle and I don't like it. What we have to do is to make demands. And the demands we make is we want and are determined to have a publicly owned mail service, publicly owned NHS, trade union rights. We demand those. And when you make demands, then you go out and make the demands publicly. And I would like to see all the various campaigns, the campaign against the bedroom tax, campaigns against the cuts, brought together in a single day, and the streets of Britain be absolutely full of people making a demand. If people go on strike, they should be supported, but people who go on strike are making a sacrifice of their income, and that's something you have to respect. But there are a lot of people who are not in a position to go on strike, but who would be ready to come out and demand what it is we want. And we want jobs for everybody, we want homes for everybody, we want health care and education for everybody, we want dignity for older people. And I say that as an old person myself who needs quite a bit of care. You've got to look after old people because they are a very precious asset. They've had a lot of experience, they've done a lot. And I think we've had a national health service. We've had a national health service, we should now have a national care service, which provides for those people who are looked after. And if we do that, if we go out in the street and march on Parliament and demand these things with the support of the TUC and the Labour Party, I believe we shall win. And the most important thing from Tolpuddle is you can win if you do the right thing, if you have the guts, the courage to do it. So it's a test for us as to whether we have the guts and courage to do what John Hamnet and others in Tolpuddle did, and if you do, I believe we shall win. And that confidence that we can win and will win is what we need at a moment when people are a bit demoralised. So keep up the fight. Good luck. Thank you again for inspiring me and so many other people. I'll be here again next year, and I look forward to it.